Hey Randy, what are things that you wish you learned before getting into film? This is what I'm talking about today on the Film Squad podcast. Alright guys, so this one stems pretty deep. Everyone kind of knows like film isn't taken seriously. People don't think it's a real job, and so no matter who you are, if you tell someone you're gonna make movies, they're gonna laugh in your face because they think it's like not a real job. Until you get the job, then everyone wants a piece, if you know what I mean. Everyone wants a piece of the cake once you get a film job because you're working with famous people. That's like the coolest thing in the world. Famous people, even though they're just people. So that being said, what did I learn before getting in film? Or sorry, what did I learn in film that I wish I knew before getting in? One thing is I wish I didn't spend a whole bunch of money on camera gear, because in my head I assumed that if you wanted to make movies you had to have all this money and have to buy all this camera gear to make a movie, and I thought that everything was all about the camera. When I got into film I realized it is all about the camera, but it's all about the lighting, and it's all about the sound, and film equipment upgrades, every 6 months, and then the standards upgrade for the television networks and movie networks, and then your investment just went down the drain. I mean, you can still use that stuff to make your own movies, but your investment went down the drain. Another thing was chasing the dream as a director. Now, you can. Lots of people do this, and I definitely wanted to do this and still want to do this. I'm still chasing the dream to be a director. But I'm in camera, and it's not like a bad thing, because I love being in camera, but taking out loans and stuff to be your own director it's very risky. And I don't really advise anyone to do that, because even now, like, I'm looking up to like Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith took out a giant loan and credit cards and all this stuff and made Clerks. I'm not trying to go do that. That's like one big mistake a lot of people make that I learned and didn't make. I'm so glad I didn't make that mistake, because you can just take the camera gear that you have and network, and people will help you make your short films. So I wish I also knew that networking was a big cause of getting yourself work. So one big lesson that I learned throughout the way, I wanted to go to Vancouver Film School. I've learned that it's kind of frowned upon in the industry. I mean, lots of people go there. Lots of people go to film school. I learned early on that it's a waste of money and left. A lot of people don't really learn that, because when you get out of film school, what's going to happen is you're going to get into some department, whether it be camera or grip, LX, PA, or whatever, and you're going to start at the bottom. So no matter what they're going to tell you, you're going to start at the bottom. It doesn't matter how much school you have. And that's what's sick about it. Because technically, if you get into film and get on a film set, you're getting free school. Simple as that. You're working with some of your idols. You can't believe you're there. I wish I learned that when I was 20, not when I was 28 or 27. 27, 20? I don't remember when I actually got in professionally, but I wish I learned that when I was 20, because I would have been doing so well right now. I mean, I am doing so well right now, but I would have been even further ahead into my dream. Here's a big one for everyone. Don't rely on anybody to get you your job. Don't rely on your parents to help you out. Don't rely on your friends to help you out, get you a place or whatever. Don't rely on anybody. If you want it really bad, just go and get it. It's the only way you're going to get it. If somebody tells you they're going to give you a job on a film set, still grind and find yourself a job, because I can almost guarantee you that whatever promise you've been given is probably already been broken. So I've come across this a lot, and this is a good lesson that I learned was, when someone tells you you have a job, you don't have a job until you sign papers, till you sign a start pack, till you sign some kind of document that you are on that show. And always make sure you guys get that. Even if it's on a crappy film, make sure you get something signed, because then you're guaranteed. You don't want to screw yourself over by not being guaranteed. If you are going to buy camera equipment, the lesson that I've learned was that lenses are the things that don't decrease in value. Cameras will. Because, like Netflix has their standard camera. Now, I will touch this on another podcast, so what a Netflix certified camera is, because a lot of people have a lot of assumptions on what that is. That is 4K, 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 but really there's a different line in there. It's not just 4K. It all has to do with if they're creating a production or not if you are creating a production. Jeez, I can't talk. It's too early. I need some goddamn coffee. Bite-ass motherfucking coffee. Woo-wee. Okay, back at it. Whew, that was strong coffee, guys. I got this new Starbucks Nespresso stuff. If you're in camera, get an espresso machine or an espresso machine, because everyone's gonna love you. Jeez. Another thing that I wish I learned before getting into the film industry was that you really have to network your way through everything. It's the only way that you're gonna get contacts. If you meet somebody and they're in film, constantly contact them and keep in touch. Don't go and bombard them with, hey, give me a job. That's not what you want to do. You just want to keep in contact, ask them how they're doing here and there. Then when you get yourself established, you can be like, hey, I'm working in film now. That's when your network happens. That's when you connect. I would say that's like the most important thing. That's when you really, really connect, is when they now know you're in film and you didn't just leech off them. So don't leech. Leeching is bad. Another thing about getting your own job is don't stop grinding. And what I mean by grinding is searching on websites, from morning until night to try and find work. Like before, I just thought, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to get a job in film. That's how you do it. They don't tell you that in school, that obviously that's not going to happen. What they should be telling you is and teaching you is utilize your tools that you have around you to find your work. One big thing that helped me incredibly, and you guys can do it in your town, which took me 10 years to do, was create a Facebook group. I created this Facebook group called Vancouver Non-Union Film Job Board. This was before I was in film, and I was just getting back into film. And let me tell you, we're at over 5,000 members now, and people are posting jobs on there all the time in film. Here's the tool. I'm going to give it to you guys. You guys can go on there, and if you're in Vancouver, you can join the group. If you don't have a group like that in your area, in your city, why don't you make one of these groups like I did? Because I almost guarantee you somebody's going to be interested and somebody's going to come out, and then projects are going to happen and things are just going to, they're just going to want, they're going to form, and you're going to be making things creatively. It's going to be awesome. So that's very important. And if there is a group, join the group. Join all kinds of film groups on Facebook. People will post jobs. This is how I got work. I didn't know to do this before. Big essential lesson learned. Like I said, I was waking up in the morning and I was making it my job to find work in the film industry. No matter what it did, I had bills to pay. I had to do it. Shit. On top of that, guys, I was grinding by making YouTube videos, by writing and screenwriting and writing a book and drawing and painting. Anything I could do to get my creative energy out, I was getting it out. I wasn't wasting any time. I'm going to get on with my last point, guys. I don't know how well this is going to help you, but these are things just that I've learned myself. So if you can take something from it, awesome. If you can't, I'm sorry you had to listen to all of this, but Thanks for listening. Yeah. So my last point, you have to be in film because you want to be in film, because you love film. You love it. Nobody wants to get on set with somebody and hear that they don't know anything about movies or they don't have a passion for movies. And unfortunately, guys, there's a lot of people out there that are in film that don't know anything about movies. And I know you're probably wondering how. And I'll touch on a podcast about that. That's another podcast, and I'm sorry I'm not going to waste it in this one. But they don't care about film, some people. They're in it for the paycheck. And wait, I think I had another point that I wanted to say, and I kind of lost it. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave this. You know what? I can't think of what I was going to say. I'm going to leave this where I leave every single one. I just want you guys to go out there and create and make something. This is the time. We're in quarantine. I know some people that have made short films in their home. I'm going to make one myself. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys all for listening. Please like and share the podcast with your friends, family, relationships, whatever it is. It'd be greatly appreciated. And thank you so much for joining in and joining the squad, the film squad. And peace out, guys. Thanks so much. Bye.